will, whether you're inside or out. There's nothing you can do about it once they make up their minds.
You think so?
I know so.
What are you going to tell the VJ?
What does it matter?
Well, you don't want them to put you back in here, do you? Pat!
Shut up, Constable. You know it's against regulations to speak by the prisoner when you're in solitary. Now get out here. Come on, O'Connell. That goes for you too. She obviously wasn't talking to herself. Neither of you have been in solitary that long. Not yet. Right. We can't keep the VJ waiting. His name is Mr. Goodwin, and you'll address him as such. Any questions?
Any news, B?
Could you've only been gone 5 minutes?
I thought if I went out for a while, something might happen.
Yeah, well, it didn't.
Oh, he's taking his time, isn't he?
Bloody social workers, who needs them? I mean, they think if they keep us weaving baskets long enough, we won't have enough time to make a fuss about anything. I mean, that's all they care about.
I don't reckon having something to do is so bad. Helps pass the time.
Well, maybe you would like to give out Mr. Reed a few suggestions. He wants to know if we want to do anything. It's part of his new Broom Act.
Do what?
Oh, you know, drama club, debating society, that sort of thing.
Big deal.
Oh, I don't know. We used to have a newspaper at Barnhurst.
Yeah.
Yeah, we used to do all sorts of things, write about what was wrong inside, where you can get legal aid, all that sort of stuff. We even had our own crossword, just like a real paper.
What did you write, the Dear Chrissy column?
Yeah, dear Chrissy, I got a problem with a screw. Who won't?
Very funny.
I don't know. I reckon a newspaper could be fun, B.
Oh, what could we write? Oh, it was real popular at Barnhurst. We used to send messages to each other, in code, of course.
Yeah?
Yeah, screws never twigged.
What sort of messages?
Anything you like.
Sounds dumb to me.
Taking into account your excellent record, I find myself in agreement with the suggestion that the behaviour you exhibited was an isolated instance. I believe you were under a great deal of stress and were almost certainly provoked. In view of all this, I feel inclined merely to point out that any recurrence of such behaviour will find you not so fortunate as you are today.
Fortunate?
Yes. You needn't return to solitary confinement. I believe you have certain duties to perform in the prison laundry. That's all, O'Connell.
Miss Bennett?
Come on, O'Connell.
Will you show Rosalind Colson in, Miss Bennett?
Yes, Mr. Goodwin. Wait here, O'Connell. Come on, Colson.
Yes. We've met before. You may sit down, Colson. You certainly have been busy, haven't you?
Yes, sir.
Drugging prison officers, escaping twice, one of those occasions involved in the malicious wounding of the governor, destroying prison property, stealing drugs from the prison surgery. All this before the present charges against you of stealing food from the prison kitchen, of falsely accusing the deputy governor of having struck you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir? Is that all you have to say, Coulson?
No, sir.
Then what do you have to say? I'm afraid there's no hope for you, if this is the way you insist on behaving.
Well, it sounds a lot worse when you read it all off a list.
Are you suggesting any of your offences were justified?
No, Mr. Goodwin. At the time, I thought I was doing the right thing.
Oh, indeed. Now, how do you work that one out?
I've always thought I shouldn't have been in here. That's why I escaped. That's why I did those other things. I just couldn't accept it. Thought it was unjust. And I made sure other people knew that. Guess I've been trying to break out of my head as much as I have this place. Been a lot of things I haven't been able to come to terms with since I've been here.
I see. And what of your future conduct? How do you see that?
Well, I'd only be making things worse for myself if I cause any more trouble. That's obvious. I told Mr. Reed I'd like to finish my studies if I can. Start doing something positive. Well, I am sorry I've caused all this trouble. Won't happen again.
I hope not. Remember, the onus is on you to see that it doesn't. Such a promise is easy to make, given the circumstances in which you now find yourself. As for the present charges against you, do you wish to call any witnesses in your defence?
No.
Then I sentence you to 7 days solitary confinement and recommend a second justice be consulted.
Come in. Come in, B. What can I do for you?
You wanted suggestions. Well, the girls want to start a newspaper.
A newspaper?
Yeah, I reckon it's got possibilities too.
Well, do you think they can handle it? That's a pretty tall order.
I don't see why not. They did it at Barnhurst and everyone's dead keen. You'll just have to watch the language, that's all.
A newspaper, that's not a bad idea.
Right, that's one for you. Now, how about one for me? Lizzie Birdsworth, what's the story?
I haven't spoken to the governor yet.
Bit slow off the mark, aren't you?
Look, I told you I'd see if I could find out what's going on, but I haven't had a chance to, and if that's all you came to see me about.
Up?
I beg your pardon?
Oh, now, come off it. Don't you try and tell me you don't know what's going on. I can smell it.
I said I have been busy.
Doesn't take more than 10 seconds to pick up that phone and dial the governor's number. Now, why don't you do it while I'm here, seeing as I've interrupted your work? I can wait.
You quite finished? B, throwing your weight around will not achieve anything with me.
I think I just found out something worth the visit.
Oh, hello, love. They let you out, did they?
Yeah.
Oh, it's nice to see you back again. We missed you.
Oh, shut up, Birdsworth, and get on with your work. What are you doing there, Leach? Where's Smith?
She went to see Mr. Reed.
Oh, anything to get out of a bit of work. O'Connell, help Latham with that basket.
Pat, I'm ever so sorry about what I said to you. I had no right, and I don't blame you for having a go at me.
Forget it.
I mean it, Pat, and I'm really glad they didn't do you for it.
Yeah, thanks. It's this place. I don't blame you.
Hey, Pat. Ah, don't tell me they've done the right thing by you, love.
That'll be the day. What'd they do with Rose? Put her back in solitary for a week.
Poor little kid. Yeah, well, at least you're here. Our little Miss Roz is going to have to learn things the hard way.
Hey, B, did you see Mr. Reed?
Yeah, I saw him.
What'd he say?
He reckons the newspaper's a good idea. So get out your pencils and your code books, girls.
Hey, B, what'd he say about me?
Nothing, love. I'm sorry. He said he hadn't had time yet, but when he does...
Oh, thanks. At least you tried. What's going on?
Don't worry, Lizzie, we'll find out somehow.
No, I don't reckon. And to think that I listened to him and thought he was on the level. Just shows you can't trust nobody.
You can trust us, Lizzie.
Oh, yes, I know that. I didn't mean you, love.
I reckon he knows exactly what's going on and isn't saying anything. A bastard.
What do you think they're trying to cover up?
Well, if it was evidence to prove that Lizzie was guilty of some other crime, yeah, they would have come down on her like a ton of bricks and be farting around the way they are now. The cops have got something on you, they don't keep you guessing. So, 20 years inside would take one hell of an apology if you were wrong. Much easier to forget about it. No red tape, no red faces, business as usual.
You mean she might be innocent?
Has happened before.
And they're trying to cover up. Yeah, just the sort of thing they would do. But how are we going to find out for sure?
Bugger do I know. They're not going to tell us, and that... And who invited you?
I thought maybe I could help.
Oh, yeah, help. Who?
You want to know what's going on, don't you? And I've got a key. You might be able to use it.
Sure.
Well, I haven't got it on me now.
What sort of key?
I made it myself. Opens all sorts of things. Real handy it is.